Hello, ladybugs. How are we doing today? Today, we're not going to be dressing toddlers. Today, we're going to be dressing my little babies. Well, little-ish. And they are going to be the Martha Grace twins by Adri Stoet. And here they are. I will show them off in a second. We're going to be dressing them today. Here's one. This little one is Eleni. Look at the little lip. Isn't she cute? There's Eleni. And here is Miss Evany. Eleni and Evany. So we're going to put one down right here. We're going to dress Eleni first, and then we'll dress Evany. And they have the same middle name, Eleni Grace and Evany Grace. So how's everybody doing tonight? I'm actually doing good. It was a really nice day today. It was not too stressful. It was good. It was a good day. Here's what she was wearing. Isn't that cute? Now the pink one that Evany is wearing, I actually have two of those, but I don't often put them on the twins because I'm a weirdo like that. No, because I like them in similar outfits sometimes, but not in the same outfit. So I don't put the matching outfits on the twins. What do you guys think about your twins? Do you like them in the same outfit, similar outfits, or completely different? Because I find that it's a preference thing. Like I like even my boy-girl twins. I like them in outfits that are different colors, maybe the same outfit but different colors, or the same pattern but different outfits. Like if I have boy-girl twins, I'll put one twin in a dress and the other one in pants, but they're the same outfit. They're just, you know what I mean? And for whatever reason, I just don't like my twins in identical outfits. I like them to be in similar outfits. Like I'll put both the girls in pink, and the outfits they were wearing, they both have the frilly, beautiful apron in front of the outfit. So they're similar, but they're not identical. Even though I do have two identical outfits, I just don't tend to put them on the twins very often. I just don't like it. Oops, I gotta fix her diaper. One of the things about the Martha Grace body, or the body that she used on them, is that she has, I don't know if you guys can see it here. Let me lift her up. They have these like bendable legs, movable legs, which is great. But so a lot of times the diaper gets stuck in there and then it just looks weird. So I have to fix the diaper. It gets wedged into those. Oh, hey, check that out. These are they're not Jackie Ortiz babies, because I know who painted them and it wasn't Jackie Ortiz. Maybe I bought these kits off Facebook. I traded for one and then the other one I bought. Maybe Jackie Ortiz had bought the kit and she was going to paint it and didn't get around to it, because I know that Gwyneth Mitchell painted the twins. I sent her both the blank kits and then she painted them, and they were both blank at the time. So I know she didn't, but her name is on the cloth body. So she must have had the kit at some point and then decided not to paint them or whatever and sell them. And then I got them because I sent them to Gwyneth blank. She does beautiful work. I love her blushing. She does a lot of blushing, but it doesn't look abnormal. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love blushing on babies, but I like it to look like, not freakishly like, big clown blotches of blush. You know what I mean? So I do like blushing on my babies. I like them to be blushed, especially the cheeks, the nose, and the chin. Those are the areas that I like blushing on. So we're going to dress Eleni, and then we'll dress Evany. So what did you guys do today? Did everybody have a good day? I know I wish it had been a little warmer today, because it was a little too cold to like leave the doors open, and the dogs, it's always, because we have 7 dogs, it's always much better for the dogs when the doors can be open all day. Excuse me, I have the hiccups all day. And so I do love it when it's warm out, but it's been warmer this spring than it's been in previous years. We generally get a really rainy, really cold spring. And it actually warms up about July 1st, literally on July 1st. June 30th can be rain and covered in muck and cold. And then July 1st will come and it'll be warm and toasty. And then we hit the 80s for the summer. So there's little Eleni. Huh, isn't she pretty? I had Gwen do one difference between the twins because they are the exact same kit. And I knew she was going to paint them identical. And I don't know if you can see it, but Eleni has a little scratch on her cheek. And I also put different earrings in their ears so I could tell them apart. But Eleni has a little scratch on her cheek. So that's Eleni, huh? That's how I tell them apart. Because they are the exact same kit and they look identical. So it's really hard to tell them apart. So anyway, let's get Ebony dressed. I like babies with blushing. I'm not a huge fan of the paler babies, and I don't really love, not that I don't like, but I don't really love the bright red newborns. You know, that's not really my style, but I do know that a lot of people do like them, and I think they're beautiful. They're just don't do it for me, you know. We all have our own preferences, and this is what she was wearing, and that's why we're able to have so many different artists in the community, because we all have different preferences and want something different. And I think that's awesome. And I'm going to put this lemon outfit on Ebony. Eleni's wearing pink and Ebony's going to wear yellow. This little lemon outfit is so cute. It's not quite warm enough for summer clothes here yet, but that's okay, huh? That's okay. It'll get there. And Ebony has no little scratch on her cheek. So that's nice. Eleni has the scratch. So, what has everybody been up to? Did anybody get any new babies? If you got new babies, I want to hear about it in the comments. Okay, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment, okay? Remember, we're trying to bring awareness to the Reborn community, and as my channel gets bigger, I'm going to do baby giveaways. Lots of them. I'm actually going to buy babies specifically to give them away. So I want to know what you guys' dream kits are down in the comments, because I want to know which babies to buy. I really want to make some dreams come true. I really want you guys to be able to get the babies of your dreams. I know that not everybody has the money to consistently buy babies, and especially buy the dream kit that you want. So I really want to help people get their dream babies. So please put your dream baby in the comments below. And then when I do a giveaway, I will go back through those comments and select a winner and get them their dream baby. So let's make it happen. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment, because it's going to be awesome. You guys will see. I know a lot of people say they're going to give stuff away, and then when they get big, they don't. I promise you, I've already given away 77 babies. So I promise you, I will be giving away babies. I really want to bring this hobby to people who can't afford it, and help the people who are already in the hobby to achieve their dreams, because I know what it's like to really have a dream sculpt that you just can't get your hands on. I spent 3 years looking for my Maisies. And so I know what that feels like, and I really want to make some dreams come true. So I have to get big enough to be able to earn an income from this, so I can buy babies, because I don't want it to just be whatever babies are laying around. You know what I mean? I want you guys to be able to get the babies that you really, really want. So it'll be like the best gift you ever got. You know what I mean? So here's Ebony. Look at that little lip. I love her so much. This is a Martha Grace kit. And it's funny because I have never seen anybody with a Martha Grace. I've never seen anybody post a Martha Grace. I did see the 2 blank kits and I bought them, or traded for one and I bought the other. But I have never seen anybody post a Martha Grace. So if you have a Martha Grace, please tell me and I'll join your Facebook, because I really want to see some other versions of Martha Grace. I think it's just a beautiful, beautiful kit. And here's little Eleni. Let's get the twins on my lap here. Okay. There they are. Eleni and Ebony, huh? Eleni and Ebony. And you guys will start seeing it once I start making some income. I have to get bigger to make income. But once I get bigger and I start making some income, the first thing I'm going to do right away is make someone's dream come true. And then I'm just going to ask that they video it and send it to me so I can put it on my channel, because I want people to see that I'm actually doing what I said, which is gifting babies, because that's really what I want to do with any money that I get. This money isn't really to live on. If I make money off YouTube, it's not to live on. It's to help other people. And that's what I really want to do with it. I want to help people who need a baby. I want to help people who need their rent paid. You know, I really want to do some good for people. I had tried to do the luck for a million thing, and I really tried hard, but I couldn't do it. I asked people to send me their addresses, and I was going to send everybody a lucky penny with a little poem that I wrote. And I was just going to try to spread some positivity, but I only sent out about 30 of them. That's the only addresses I could get. And then people just wouldn't send me their address. I think they thought it was a scam, so I wasn't able to do it. But I really want to get that luck for a million thing going. I want to send out a million pennies and just bring luck to other people, you know. Let me put the twins in their bassinet. They don't sleep in the crib. They sleep in the bassinet. They have their own little bassinet because they're twins, and I know they like to be together. So I put them in the bassinet together, and I'll grab somebody else, and we'll talk while we do that, baby. Let's see, who are we going to do next? What do you guys think? You have any suggestions? Why don't I introduce you to my very first baby? I think you guys would like that. Her hair's a little bit of a mess because she had a hat on and she was laying down. But this is Talia, and she is my very, very first reborn. She was gifted to me by Forever Babies by Missy, and I have just been in love with her since day one. Actually, I got all my other babies because of Talia, because I had a relative who was into reborns, I didn't know she was into reborns, and she didn't know I was into them. And I told you guys in another video how my physical therapist had kind of pushed reborns on me. And I had gotten into them, and then I posted a picture of Talia after I got her, and my relative messaged me, and she said, I didn't know you were into reborns. And I was like, I just got into them. And then she was like, I'm actually getting out of the hobby. I've had them in storage for a while, and I've not, figured out what I want to do with them. I don't want to sell them. So I thought maybe, I think she sold them all to me there was 30 of them for $200. And that's how I got started in reborns. And I started trading from that and selling and she said it was fine if I wanted to trade or sell them. She said not everybody bonds with the same babies, and she was fine with it. She just wanted them to go to someone she knew. And so I think for $200, it might've been 500, but anyway, she, sold me all her dolls for a really, really cheap price. Like I said, I think it was $200 or $300. Might have been up as high as $500. I don't know. It was 8 years ago. I don't really remember. And then within a week or two of getting Talia, I ended up having 30 reborns, and that's how I was able to get my collection started. I started trading some babies, and selling a few of them. I didn't sell most of them. Most of them I traded, because I wanted to trade for babies that I could bond with. And yeah, and then from there I built my collection. So that was pretty awesome. I mean, I was very blessed in the sense that I was able to get such a large number of reborns at the very beginning of collecting. And most people don't have that opportunity. So trust me, I know how blessed I was to be able to have that opportunity. But she was so happy. Even now, she's still really happy to see me loving my reborns, and she loves the collection I have now. And I still have some of the first babies that she gave me, but I don't have a ton of them because most of them were newborn and preemie sizes, which I don't bond with. And I did ask her permission before I sold them or anything, before I went ahead and sold them or traded them, and she said it was fine. And she just said she didn't want me to sell them all off, make a bunch of money, and then never be into reborns again, because that would seem like I was using her, which I would never do that. If I wasn't into them, I wouldn't have taken them from her to begin with. And so, yeah, it was really exciting. I got like a ton of babies, and I got to kind of jumpstart my collection where most people don't have that opportunity. And then I traded some, I sold a couple, and so far I've built a huge collection, and I really love my collection. And I'm so grateful to my aunt who got me started on Reborns and like helped me jumpstart my collection. And I'm really grateful to Missy for gifting me Talia, because I don't know that I would have connected with my aunt on that level had she not gifted me Talia. Because it was because I think I posted Talia and I said something to the effect of, can you believe this is a doll, or something like that. And I got a lot of flack from some relatives and friends because I had never been into dolls. And then I got, and then that's when my aunt realized I was into them, and we made a deal, and it was awesome. And I was so happy when I got those babies home. She doesn't live in the area, so I got them over the first couple of months because she had to ship. Well, I paid her to ship them, but so I paid the money, and then I also paid for each baby to be shipped. So, I paid the original amount, and then each baby's shipping was like $20 or $30 for each baby, and she sent clothes with each baby. So I like went from nothing to do with Reborns to, you know, having a huge collection, and a huge collection of clothes and accessories and everything right off the bat. And it was really nice. I was able to really jumpstart into the Reborn community in a way that most people aren't. Most people have to go from like one baby to two and then build them up that way. But I was able to kind of jump in, which I really enjoyed. It's been 8 years now. That was, so I got Talia February of I think it was 2017. Might have been 16 or 18. No, it wasn't 16 because I didn't live in this house in 16. So it was 17 or 18, but I'm pretty sure it was 17. And sorry, I didn't put that ponytail in the right spot. And as soon as I got her, I posted her on my personal page, and I learned really fast that was not a good idea because I had a lot of judgmental people who were dissing me and calling me crazy. In fact, one of my relatives messaged me and said, "Run, don't walk to the nearest psychiatrist." And I was like, that is so offensive. Why? Because I have a doll? Like that just, like she's known me her whole life almost. She knows that I'm a, you know, a level-headed person, you know, I think clearly. And then for her to say that was just really offensive. But I was able to jumpstart my collection with little Talia here. And she's just so awesome. I just love her to pieces. When I got her, I literally cried. I couldn't believe how beautiful she was. I'd never seen a baby doll that looked so real, and it was just amazing. So, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. I don't have a lot to say tonight, but I just wanted to come on and do a quick video and introduce you guys to the twins and now to Tally. Actually, before I go, I'm going to show you, so like maybe 6 months after I got Talia gifted to me, I had the same artist make another Jessie because I just fell in love with this kit. And this is Taylee. I have to do her hair too. These guys haven't had their hair done in a while, so Talia, then this one is Taylee. So they're sisters, but not twins. And again, done by the same artist that made Tally. And I just love her. I love them both. I think they're so cute. Just adorable. And actually, that same year, I asked somebody to paint me a Jessie. She was going to do red hair and green eyes. And then I'm not exactly sure what happened. She was taking a while, and I questioned her about it. I said, you know, what's going on? It had been like several months, and she got very offended that I questioned her about it, and said, well, now I'm not going to give you the baby. She refunded me and said, I'm not going to give you the baby. I'm just going to sell it. And that was that. And she blocked me. So I really wasn't trying to be offensive. I just, you know, you get excited, and I hadn't heard from her for about a month. And so I just, you know, kind of asked, you know, when is the baby going to be done? And she took massive offense to that. I don't know if she thought I was questioning her, or I don't know. Anyway, so then she just messaged me back and said, you know, you're obviously not willing to be patient or something to that effect. And I'm just going to sell the baby. But I always wanted another Jessie, especially a red-haired Jessie. And I never did get one, but there's still time. There's still hope for the future. I pretty much have like most of the babies that I want in my collection. I want to get a Devi by Ping Lao, and I want to get a Kaya by Ping Lao. But aside from those two, I really have a very beautiful, very satisfying collection. There isn't a whole lot more that I want. I would like to get another silicone at some point, but a boy. So I already have a girl, so I'd like to get a boy. But other than that, I mean, I have most of the babies that I want, you know. I really wanted the Ping Lao toddler collection, and I've gotten that now. There's Tally. I mean, Taily. Sorry. Talia and Taily. And there she is. Isn't she adorable? She's so cute. So there's my girls. She didn't start it. Oh, her eyes are dusty. I need to dust my babies. But she started it. Here, let me put Taily down, and I'll pick up Talia so you guys can see her better. And they sit in the little, I don't know if you guys can see, but let me show you. They sleep in the little, you know, roughly pretty bassinet. That's where they sleep. And before we go, I'll share one other baby with you guys that's very special to me. So I had a best friend for 20 years. Her name was Karen, and she was an amazing friend. I just can't even tell you how much I love this woman. And she passed away of cancer in 2018. And she had known that I was into reborns, but did not ever really, like, you know, get into that with me. And she, right before she died, like 2 weeks before she died, she bought me this baby off eBay. And she came like the week that she passed away. So she's extremely special. My daughter had a bunny who chewed off just the very tip of her finger right there. But I don't care because I will never get rid of her anyway. And what I did was I took her cloth body off and I put on the Ashton Drake body. So she breathes and coos and has a heartbeat. I don't know if you guys can see her tummy moving. And she's the Sunny by Joanne Kazmiak. See her belly moving? She is so soothing to hold with her heartbeat and her breathing mechanism. I have to put jammies on her. But anyway, this is Gracie. She was named by my friend Karen, who passed away. Let me bring her up close so you guys can see her. Hold on, I'm stepping on my tube. There she is. So that's Gracie, and she's another very, very special baby. I will never get rid of her. She was a gift from my friend who I've now lost, and I will never get rid of Gracie. She will always be one of my favorite babies. One of my very special babies. So anyway, I'm going to let you guys go, and as I turn off the camera, I'm going to let you look at Talia. There's Talia Grace. Yes, she's such a pretty girl. Look how pretty she is. I'm trying to, hold on. I'm trying to put her on camera. There she is. She says, bye. Have a great night, guys. Love you, ladybugs.